Alrighty guys, it is January the 29th, 2024, and it is early in the morning here in South Carolina. I think it's about 8 o'clock right now, and sorry, like I said yesterday, that I didn't get to the comments. I had that headache I had yesterday would not go away. I got in the bed after I did that video yesterday and I put a blanket over the window to make it as dark as I could in my bedroom, and put a cold compress on my head and just laid there the rest of the day. I ended up falling asleep rather early last night. I woke up this morning and my oldest son has he's been coughing all weekend, and my wife was sick all last week. And now my oldest son's sick, and I think that either it's from me looking at the screen a whole lot with not wearing proper glasses, and or I've got a cold or something, a bug. I'm going to the doctor today, and I'm taking my my oldest son to the doctor today to see what's going on with us. I'm hoping that we don't have something like the flu or something like that. We've already had that go through the house just a few weeks ago, but we'll see what it is. I don't feel as bad today. I still have this pain right here in my temple, but it's definitely not as bad as it was yesterday. So I'm really hoping that that things are going to calm down now, and that I'll feel better today, because I just felt horrible yesterday. I really did. So I'm sorry I didn't get to you guys' comments last night. I just needed a rest. I didn't want to look at my screen last night and make the headache worse. And like I said, I've got a couple doctor's appointments that we're going to have to go to today. So I'm trying to go ahead and do this video early, so I could get this up for you guys, and we're gonna go to the doctor. I've got a pretty busy day today. I've got to go get my youngest son from school after my son and I go to the doctor today, and then I've got an interview with one of the subscribers this afternoon at 4 o'clock. So I'm just trying to get all this fit in now, so that I'm not posting up a video at like 9 o'clock tonight. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging today. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the movie suggestions for today, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move into what I want to talk about today. The movie suggestions for today: Cheryl Ann Huntley 5045 recommended The Old Guard with Charlize Theron, and she also recommended Monster with Charlize Theron. I have not seen The Old Guard, but I have seen Monster, and that's a really good movie. That's actually based on a true story. Man, they really changed the way that she looked for that movie. She looked totally different. Myself, this movie is not the best movie in the world, but it's free. It's on Tubi, but I just find the movie to be really interesting. It's a movie called Communion with Christopher Walken. It's based on the book from the 80s that was written by a man named Whitley Strieber. If you've never read that book and or seen the movie, like I said, it's an older movie. The graphics and all that stuff are kind of cheesy, but just the story in itself is very interesting. It's supposedly based on a true story, and I found that movie to be highly interesting. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's about this guy named Whitley Strieber who claims that he was abducted by aliens and all this stuff, or he's not sure what it was, but I know that he did live in his house that he had in New York State was on an Indian reservation, or Indian burial grounds where his house was built. He had a cabin in the woods, and they think that might be something to do with some of the stuff that he encountered while he was out there. But just very, very interesting movie. The next one I have is a show called Alone, and that's a TV show. It's on Netflix. You can actually find it a couple places streaming, but that's a really good show if you've never seen it. They take like 9 people or so, and they take them to like these really remote places out in the middle of the woods, and they make them survive, and they have, they have to see how long. The one that makes it the longest is the one that wins. And man, that's such a good show. I've watched every single episode, every single one I've seen, and I'm telling you, I love that show. It is so good. The next one I have is on Netflix as well. It's One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson. Really good, classic movie. The next one I have is a Quentin Tarantino movie called The Hateful Eight, and they actually have two versions of it on there. They got the extended version, and they have the original. I would go and watch the extended version. I like that one better, but I love that movie too. Really, really good movie. It's kind of like his first movie that he did, Reservoir Dogs. It's kind of based in just one room, but really great acting in that movie. And the last one I have is one called Reptile with Justin Timberlake, and that's on Netflix as well. I would definitely go check that movie out. Really good. My podcast recommendation for today, and this is for any of you guys out there who might be interested in like Bigfoot or any of that kind of stuff, but or Sasquatch. But there's a podcast out there called Sasquatch Chronicles, and man, it's a really good podcast. He gets people on. All he does is he has people call on to a show, and they tell their stories about encounters that they've had. And man, some of those stories are scary. I listen to the podcast all the time. He's been doing it for quite some time now. The guy's based out of Washington State, and he's had his own experience as well. You can find that on the show. I think you have to go all the way back to the beginning. He also has a website, SasquatchChronicles.com, and you can listen to the podcast on there as well, but it's on Spotify, or you can go to his website and you can listen to the podcast off of that, but I would highly suggest that. That's Sasquatch Chronicles in Spotify or SasquatchChronicles.com. Like I said, I would just go to his website. You can just play the episodes there. He's got a blog there as well. Just a lot of really neat information on his site. So, for today's video, first off, I want to ask you guys a question, but today I want to talk about enablers and, how big of a role enablers play in this disease. And my question for you all is that if in fact that you have been an enabler in the past or still are or whatever, what do you think that enabling plays a role in it? I just want to hear from you guys. Any of you all that think that you might be enabling someone or have enabled someone, I'd like to hear your stories, because I want to do a two-part to this, and I really would like to hear you all's side of enabling, and do another whole show on this. At some point, I would like to talk to somebody about it as well. If anybody be interested in interviewing with me about enabling, a story that they have where they've enabled somebody. I was just talking to my wife about this morning. She just called me when she was on her way to work, and she asked me what my show was going to be about today, and I told her I was going to talk about enabling. And she said, that's going to be a really hard one, and because my wife enabled me for years, and she said, if not necessarily, but a lot of times if you're married to an alcoholic, that you probably are going to enable them at some point. And I know that, my wife enabled me a lot. No fault in her part. My wife loved me, and, I was a manipulator, and I had every trick in the book to manipulate her, I would ask her, can you go to the store and give me a 6-pack of beer or whatever, and she always argued with me, but I always made it a point, that there was always something. I'm having a really bad day, please go get this for me, or I'm working on this fence today, and if you want me to build this fence, I'm gonna need my beer, so please go to the store and get me some beer before you come home, or whatever it was. But my wife enabled me. Now, she didn't enable me without a fight, because she never liked doing it, and it was always an issue. But at the same time, it did happen. And I know the reason why is because my wife loved me, and she didn't want to argue with me anymore, because, I would make a big deal out of it, and I would throw a big fit if she didn't want to do what I asked her to do, and I caused a lot of problems with that, and I know I did. And at the end of the day, my wife just wanted to keep peace around the house, so she would do what I asked her to do. But like I said, she didn't do it just laying down. I mean, she would fight with me about it. There were a lot of times. I mean, I remember one time in particular, and this was back in the beginning days of me drinking liquor. I had asked her to stop by the store, and at this point, I wasn't really big in liquor yet, and she would grab it for me every once in a while if I asked her to. And I had asked her to stop by the store and get me a bottle of liquor, and she got home, and she had some other groceries in the back of the car. And when she opened the trunk up, a couple of the bags of groceries fell out the back, and the bottle of liquor fell out too, and it broke on the ground. And I got highly upset because my liquor broke and it was gone. And I asked her to go back to the store and get me another bottle, and she told me no. And the problem was I'd already been drinking at this point, and didn't want to drive to the store because I didn't want to get a DUI, of course. And you know, she wouldn't go back until I continued to push and push and push, and she finally went. You know, she wasn't happy about it at all, but I pushed her so hard that she went to the store and did it for me. And you know, and I know she didn't want to. My wife never wanted to buy me any alcohol at all. It was just something that I would push her so hard and make her feel so bad about herself that she felt like she needed to do it. And I think that's one of the things that I would always do, is I would make her feel bad. You know, I would always tell her, you know, I work so many hours. I'm working 70, 80 hours a week, and I'm so stressed out, and you can at least do this one thing for me that I'm asking you to do. And, you know, and she would do it. And I would, you know, always make her feel bad in order to get my alcohol. And that just wasn't okay. And now looking back, I know that what I was doing was wrong. But at the time, you know, I just wanted the alcohol because, you know, I was so addicted to it. But with that said, you know, I'd like to really hear you all's stories. I'd like for y'all to share with me if you can, and let me know, you know, give me your story of enabling, and, you know, maybe some points that you'd like me to talk about enabling. Because I think that plays a significant role in this as well. And I don't know a good way to, I don't know any good ways to, like, say, you know, how to avoid enabling somebody without causing a big issue. Do you leave them? And that's something that my wife said to me earlier. She goes, "You're going to enable them unless you leave." And is that the only solution to this problem? I'm not sure. And that's why I'm asking for you all to give me some of your advice and, you know, what you all think about this topic. You know, do you think that it's something that you should leave? Is it something where you should enable them until they get help? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know the answer to that question, and this is one of the ones I'm looking for you all for help on, because like I said, I want to make another video about this and try to help some of those out there who are enabling and how they can avoid doing it, especially avoid doing it without having a fight. So if you guys have any suggestions for me, I'd really like to hear them. But I mean, enabling is a huge part of this, and it happens every day. And I know, you know, from my story, my wife enabled me a lot, and I know that there's a lot of us out there who have spouses that have enabled us. So I really would like to hear you guys' story. And like I said, I'm trying to keep today's video really short so I can go ahead and get this uploaded for today. But with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I need to go ahead and start getting ready to go to the doctor. And at some point today, I will get to the comments and respond to you. Please, I really would like to hear from you all. And if you could just throw it in the comment section for today's video. Like I said, I want to do another video on this in the next day or two. I might actually do another video on this tomorrow. I've got my interview with David this afternoon, and that's probably going to take me a minute to edit that out. So I might just go ahead and do another video about enabling tomorrow, and then post up David's interview on Wednesday. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry, and thank you guys so much for understanding. It's just been one of those times that I just really, I haven't been feeling well, and you know, those days are gonna happen, and I'm still trying to put videos up for you guys. It's just getting to those comments. It's just you know, like I said, staring at that screen was really, it was making my eyes cross, and I've got my proper glasses on right now, so hopefully I'm not gonna have that issue today. So I will get with you guys in the comments. I will reply to you today. I'm really sorry. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, you all, for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. And until tomorrow's video, I'll see you guys then, and I'll let you guys know what they say at the doctor today in the comments section. I'm hoping that it's nothing but a cold, but we'll see. So with that said, guys, love you all, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.